Up front, TikTok has been taking down or muting a lot of our videos within minutes of them being posted. If you're seeing this video and it's muted, you can also find it on our YouTube and Facebook.
What's up, fam of Liberty, and everyone else watching this video who isn't following our channel for some inexplicable and mystifying reason? It's your new best friend, Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim, founder of the Sons of Liberty. If you're new to our channel, then let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Elon Musk, fuck the GOP, and fuck MAGA traitors. This channel and its comment section are not a safe space for bootlicking simps for a Wish.com fascist oligarch, a failed insurrectionist, and a wannabe authoritarian tyrant. Now that you know where I stand on things, if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing into the comments box like a triggered dummy, then maybe consider following the channel after you watch this video. In the wake of the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, the most popular reaction across social media, if it's not outright glee, it's a sense of justified Schadenfruede. If you need a moment to go look that word up, here's a brief moment for you to pause the video and see what the timestamp is so that you can come back to it. The memes and the hot takes coming out of this are fucking awesome, but one of the other popular reactions is the pearl clutching from right-wingers and Dudley do-right do-gooders all up in their feelings on their moral high horse up there on the moral high ground. That's because there's a significant portion of kind-hearted people, and I don't want to take that away from you, but you know how people tend to say, "You sweet summer child"? That's you. You're the sweet summer child. I remember being a kind-hearted, naive young man in my late teens and early 20s, and that got blasted out of me, witnessing the horrors of war. My eyeballs seared things onto my brain that not even time will erase. I've seen the evil shit that mankind can do to other sentient creatures, and it's fucking awful. But you know what else is fucking awful? Denying anesthesia to people in the middle of surgery. Denying life-saving care to people who could be cured. Denying seizure medications to children. Denying immunosuppressive treatment for bone marrow failure, not once but twice. Paying almost $1,000 for 30 days supply of insulin when the people who fucking created insulin specifically did not patent it so that it could be free to the whole world. Denying coverage for chemotherapy to someone literally in the middle of chemotherapy sessions. Capitalists who use freedom and license for obscenely greedy, inhumane disregard for the people dependent upon their goods and services, which pales in comparison to the fact that they are virtually immune from legal justice as opposed to vigilante justice. I could go on and on and on, but this video would go on for hours and I'd be blue in the face, so I think you get the fucking point here. You know what's worse than that? The fact that we've been conditioned to be selective in what we consider as outrageous. When Osama bin Laden was killed by Navy SEALs, hundreds of thousands of people took the streets to celebrate. I should know, I was one of them. I met up with a bunch of veteran buddies and civilian friends in Washington, D.C. and had beers at an Irish pub. Was it evil to celebrate the killing of Osama bin Laden? There's a moral absolute that says yes, and then there's a common sense absolute that says no. That same common sense absolute is telling you to celebrate one man's murder in midtown Manhattan is wrong because he's a rich white CEO who didn't commit an act of terror, whilst bin Laden was a rich fanatical extremist who ordered acts of terror against our country. And yet Brian Thompson is responsible for more American deaths than bin Laden. And he didn't do it because he hated Americans. He did it because that's how he makes money for his shareholders. Denying coverage means that that's money that the company saves as it continues to charge people for health insurance, which, by the goddamn motherfucking way, we're the only country in the world that has a healthcare insurance industry. If you've ever held a dying child in your arms and then had to pay tens of thousands of dollars for the experience because a fucking soulless corporation denied healthcare for that child, but you're out here clutching your fucking pearl necklace about the fact that tens of millions of people of varying political beliefs ranging from right to left are united on why that guy is dead, then I don't know what to fucking tell you about how badly I think your priorities are fucked up more than the people dancing a jig on his grave. We're conditioned to recoil in shock and disgust at a guy shooting a rich CEO who made tens of millions of dollars per year, but we just shrug at the fact that this company denied healthcare essentials to millions of people, many of whom died. That doesn't strike you as fucking weird? We're conditioned to be outraged at the crime of robbing a bank, but not at the fact that the bank robber needed money to buy food for his starving kids because he wasn't making ends meet at his 3 jobs. We're conditioned to say, oh, well, that was illegal. He shouldn't have done the crime. But we didn't fucking flinch when banks dragged us into an economic recession that saw people evicted from their homes. Our priorities are all fucked up, and it's going to continue until enough people realize that they don't have anything else to lose except the chains that shackle them. People are finally fucking fed up with the ultra rich and the big corporations that have their boot heels on the necks of average Joe civilian. The guy who bodied this oligarch has become a folk hero, and that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I say good. Get uncomfortable. Wake the fuck up. Where have you fucking been the last 10, 20, 30 years? This backlash is absolute frustration at the state of affairs that the filthy, rich, capitalist oligarchs have gotten us into. It's just wild to me that every one of you wringing your hands and clutching your pearls about the snarky Dillagaff attitude. Each of you knows at least 3 people who have their own horror stories about being denied coverage. And for all you people out there saying, violence is never the answer. Yes, the fuck it is. Violence is an answer, and sometimes it is the answer. I don't know where the fucking wheels fell off of your ideological wagon, sir, but where I grew up, if someone was bullying me, the appropriate response each and every time was to punch that motherfucker in the nose. And if you caught a beatdown in the process, you learned to punch better, faster, and harder. I mean, don't get me wrong here. I'm a deeply compassionate person who has a lot of love for a lot of things, but I don't extend that compassion to the wrong places, and it's taken me 40-some years to figure this out. NYPD wants to pay $10,000 for information leading to the arrest of the guy who shot a rich man? Fuck the police. If you see the shooter, no the fuck you didn't. Mind your business. That's my time for today. For Sons of Liberty, I'm Admin Tim, and if anything I said here today upset you, then Admin Tim 316 says get fucked and die mad about it. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry. Obligatory disclaimers. The resistance starts with us. It starts with you. To that end, we've begun organizing local Sons of Liberty chapters by region. We're doing all of this on the Sons of Liberty Discord server because social media oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Apartheid Andy can't deplatform us on their sites, nor can they mute or censor our content. On Discord, you can hang out with the Sons of Liberty admin team and the rest of the fam of Liberty who've made it onto our server. It's not just a chat platform. We have a section for gamers. We have a section for non-gamers. We have regional sections with helpful resources. You can learn about self-defense, home defense, firearms discussions, victory gardens, a channel for veterans. You can get updates from our social media. I do want to point out that our Discord can be ping heavy thanks to the webhooks which integrate our social media notifications, but you can disable those. And if you need assistance, let us know on Discord. The invite link to Discord is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video. It's also in the YouTube video description and in the TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, which is listed in the link tree in our TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. On YouTube, it's also in the video description. New merch goes up all the time, and thank you to the small amount of artists who've contributed their own work to the cause. If you like our video content, then we'd appreciate it if you'd follow us on all of the other socials that we have, whichever ones that you've got. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and in the link tree, which again can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we'd also appreciate it if you'd subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, then you already know that. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. And you can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comments. Why 7 words? Posting at least 7 words in the comments section is apparently the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content is meaningful and that it should suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. By the way, that algorithm also works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on other places where you support your favorite content creators, like me. On that note, if you watch this video all the way to the end and you can't think of anything to add, the phrase, I made it to the end, Big Sarge, is actually 8 words. So there's a suggestion. 2 claps and a rick. Eat the rich. There's only one thing that they're good for. Woo! And now guess what time it is? I'll tell you what time it is. It's time for me to turn on the fucking heat. That's what. And now it's time for the Throatpunch! You want to know how, as a man, you can tell it's really cold? Go try to take a piss outside. You reach down, touch your dick, your fucking dick shrivels up like boop. It is cold as fuck where I live, and holy shit, my dick's like a short stack of buttons. And if anything I said here today upset you, then admin Tim316 says get fucked and die mad about it. Hashtag eat the rich. There's only one thing that they're good for. Oh, fuck.